this is a very powerful message for you that is going to allow you to deepen your connection with God. No matter where you are in the world, you're going to be protected. You're going to feel deeply in tune with God's guidance and with your intuition. And that will allow you to stay strong and stay aligned in your best, most elevated path. What I'm about to share with you is a powerful testimony. And God wants me to share it with you. I wasn't ready. God has been telling me to share this with you for 5 days now, and I've been really holding in because I didn't know how to put this into words. But the point is that it's not about me putting into words. It's just about me serving as a channel so God can serve his purpose and his glory towards you. Welcome to your coziest corner on the internet, where you can always come to whenever you feel like you need a pick-me-up, loving support, inspiration, and empowerment to manifest your best life in body, mind, and spirit. Here, we're going to talk all things manifestation and faith, and you will have access to powerful tools such as yoga, meditations, breath work, EFT, and subconscious reprogramming to help you break free from any limitations and become the most authentic, powerful, abundant, and happy expression of your unlimited soul. I am Aline Boff, a quantum healer, spiritual mentor, subconscious reprogrammer, and manifestation artist of LOA electronic music. Through my expertise, I have helped people all around the world manifest a life of financial, geographical, emotional, and spiritual freedom. And I am here to help you do the same. I am feeling so enthusiastic for us to go on this beautiful journey together, and I am already celebrating all the magical blessings you're gonna unlock in your life every step of the way. If you're here, it is because you know deep down that you are meant for more. And now the time for your harvest has come. Claim it and receive what is already yours. Let's do it. God is the one who guides me. I completely surrender to his guidance, and I take myself to where he wants me to be. That's how I ended up in the United States. I have told all this story in another video. I'll leave it in the description for you if you're interested to know more about how to surrender. But the point I want to bring here is this is a testimonial. So what happened is this weekend, I took my flight back from the United States to Brazil, and I completely co-created with God a massive deal on a flight that would never exist on such a moment before Christmas time. All prices for flights, they increase massively because of the timing, and usually it is what it is. But God guided me, told me to wait until the perfect moment, and that perfect moment was at dawn on a random night that I just couldn't sleep. And when I asked God, why is it that I can't sleep? Immediately he told me, buy the ticket now. So I opened the website, and the ticket was precisely what I had asked him to do, which was something impossible to the eyes of anyone else. But it was there. So I immediately bought the ticket, and the flight was for 2 days later. So God gave me enough time to prepare, pack, say my goodbyes, and go. And then the flight, which, bear in mind, I was in Florida going back to Brazil. So it's like this. The flight took me first to Chicago to then go down to Brazil. I just bought it because I knew it was the right flight. But when I was on the flight, I asked God, why are you taking me to Chicago? Why are you taking me further away from my destiny to then bring me back down? What is the purpose of this movement? And he gave me one single answer that was, I want you to feel the energy. That's all. So, of course, I accepted. And I said, show it to me. Oh my gosh. I started feeling a very intense headache. And I would go into meditation and breath work and doing Reiki. And every time I would connect to God and Source, I would immediately feel relief from it. But every time I would open my eyes back to physical reality, that pain was there. It was just there. So I spent the whole time of my flight just connecting, keeping connected, because it was really painful to open my eyes and to come back into reality. But eventually the flight ended and I landed in Chicago. And what happened immediately after that was terrifying. I have never experienced anything like this in my life. The thing is, the second I stepped into the airport, that pain that was already intense just multiplied by 1,000. I dare even say 1,000,000. It was as if something exploded or imploded inside my head, and I could feel the whole pressure of the entire world crushing my skull, crushing my brain. It was so intense that I immediately lost balance, and I just immediately completely felt weak. I started trembling, and I was dragging myself towards the food court, which was literally right in front of my gate. So it should have been easy, right? But it took me such a long time to get there. At least it felt like eternity. And I got there, I got into this huge line. It was the only healthy place with a healthy salad available. And I waited for it, and I felt like I was going to pass out. Just, oh my gosh, just telling you this, I slightly tapped back into that energy, and it's so strong that it just makes me want to cry. And that's exactly how it was. I was holding myself not to cry and not to pass out. And I was just standing strong as I could, forming myself, activating Reiki, repeating mantras in my head as much as I could, because I was feeling dizzy. I was feeling like I wasn't there. And I ordered the salad and I could barely pay properly. I was trembling. I couldn't see the numbers of the cash properly. I just handed the person some cash and walked out. And the second I sat down and I looked at the salad, I almost threw up. Bear in mind, I was super hungry. My stomach was, growling from hunger. And when I looked at it, I almost threw up immediately. So I just didn't know what to do. I started crying from pain. I asked around for a drugstore. They said there were none because we were inside the gates, right? So I just started feeling desperation. I started feeling despair and terror because I had a connection flight to get. And suddenly I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it. And so I called a friend of mine who channels Reiki, and his Reiki is one of the strongest I've ever felt in my life. And I called him crying, asking for help, and he started channeling Reiki for me on the call and calming me down. And he was asking me what is happening, and I told him I don't understand. God told me he wanted me to feel the energy of Chicago, and now I'm like this. And I'm not saying this to say that Chicago is a bad city. I've never lived there. I can only speak from my experience that the energy there is so freaking dense that crushes you. There was a moment I was looking around and I was asking myself, how can people live here? How can people live in this frequency? But the thing is that when you're in that such low frequency, you're used to it. You don't know the difference. And so when you're in a high frequency and you get there, it kind of crushes you. That's how I was feeling. It was crushing me. And in that moment that I was just asking myself, why is God showing me this? This is just terrifying me. And I opened my eyes. I was crying so much. I opened my eyes and this random woman comes to me with a napkin and a message in the napkin. I'm going to put a picture of the napkin here for you to see. And she was letting me know that I am seen and that she believes in God and she believes God cares about me, and wishing me a Merry Christmas. And her name was Grace. An absolute earth angel. Grace, God bless you so much. So that was a stream of light that came into me and gave me a little bit more strength, along with the Reiki from my friend. And so I managed to throw the salad away and stand up and go get my flight. And I was the last one to walk in. And trust me, the second I sat down, I got really sick and I started my flight being sick. I went to the toilet, and I put it all out. I mean, there was nothing to put out, but it was energetic. And as soon as I put it out and I sat down, I was fine again. And we flew and I slept for 9 full hours nonstop. And I got back to Brazil and I got into meditation, asking God, what do I need to do here? How can I build a stronger sanctuary? And that was thanks to my friend, thank you, Alex, for channeling the Reiki for me and bringing this awareness for me, because you felt my energy and bringing this suggestion about thinking of the sanctuary. Because I travel the world a lot and I do bring my things with me. I bring my Bible, I bring my japamala, I bring my cards, and of course Reiki, and I do everything that I can to keep a strong protected field. And of course I know that I gave God full permission to show me the energy, so I opened my field for that. I asked God, how can I build a stronger sanctuary when I travel so much? What can I do? And the answer that he gave me, this is a very powerful message for you that is going to allow you to deepen your connection with God. And it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you're going to be protected. You're going to feel deeply in tune with God's guidance and with your intuition. And that will allow you to stay strong and stay aligned in your best, most elevated path. So God's answer, when I asked him, how can I build a stronger sanctuary for you? His answer was, your body is my sanctuary. Take good care of it. Bear in mind that when I sat down on the airplane, the lady next to me immediately noticed I wasn't well. She asked me how I was. I explained her the feelings and she told me, that's a migraine. I'm an expert in migraines. I have it all the time. So she started asking me what if I ate fried things. I didn't, because I eat super healthy. If I had been stressed, I hadn't, because I meditate every day. I know how to self-regulate my nervous system. I have been living complete peace and harmony for months. And she kept asking me more questions that I don't remember right now, but every single thing she asked me, my answer was no. So clearly there was no physical, biological reason for that pain to be there, except for exactly that conversation I had with God. And so when I asked God how to build the sanctuary, and he told me, your body is the sanctuary, take better care of it. That was powerful. That made me cry. And he made me see, where was it that I wasn't yet giving my all in taking care of my body? Where wasn't I being 100% consistent, with allowing myself to have so much sugar here and there and not noticing that it was becoming more common than I thought it was, or allowing myself to not work out as much as I should, even though I do move, I do yoga, I do work out, I do go for runs, I play sports, but I was lacking the consistency that my body needs to be able to hold up to even higher levels of divine frequency, because those frequencies are so powerful. And for you to have an extremely powerful spirit, you need to have an extremely strong physical body, because a strong spirit cannot live in a weak body. So I bring you here this consciousness, this awareness, and I invite you to ask yourself this question: how can you strengthen God's sanctuary in you? How can you strengthen your sanctuary through your actions, through what you consume, through what you drink, through how you move and work out, through the choices that you make daily? Because trust me, I have tested this so many times, because of all the spiritual studies I have done with shamanism, with ayahuasca in Brazil, with Reiki as well, theta healing, yoga in India, all of that, they all have something in common. They have the purification of the body through your food, your drink, your movements, your choices, your words, your thoughts. The more you purify yourself, you cleanse yourself from these impurities that do not glorify God, the more that the power of God can live within you, and you can be a walking, talking sanctuary of God. And from that place, many more blessings will manifest into your life, because God is going to be living in you. In every action you take, in every decision you make, in every word you speak, you will be speaking blessings over your life. And there is nothing in the world that can stop those blessings from manifesting with maximum ease, because that's what God wants for you. So I'm gonna end this message here. Thank you so much for being here with me until the end. I hope from the bottom of my heart that this message reaches exactly those people who need it, that it serves a purpose and helps you deepen even more your connection to God, with the divine, and to receive the blessings that God wants you and all his children to receive. Thank you so much. And of course, if you would like to connect more with me and learn how you can work with me as your mentor or as your therapist, have a look in the links in the description. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.